All right, good peoples. Last video here. Good morning. Good Friday morning. All right, let's jump in here with GDX and GDXY. So, GDX and GDX. I just did that one. Duh, Bruce. Okay. BITO and Ybit. Sorry about that, peoples. So, what did we do with BITO? BITO was down 1.7. Okay, and it was closed at 22.57. And we also have 1.22. So obviously we're not capped. As a matter of fact, we closed out our position. So I'll share that with you. So kind of unlike Coney and Misty, these guys are in a decent position. They closed out their weeklies completely and have already rolled over. So any movement up should kind of help them. I mean, we do have a 24.5 and a 24 that we've written now. Um, but we could move all kinds of up to help our synthetic because remember that guy up at 35. So let's jump into what else. I think people are tired of the NAV reduction, right? They're tired of 16 when it was a $20 opening, even though it has a tremendous 80% yield. It's a small amount, but when you see this, look through here, 35.25, you had some repeat days, 3 million, sorry, 3,575 up 25, up 275, down 225, right? So we're just seeing back and forth movement. With the down markets, people are saying, well, I'm going to sell that one. I'm going to keep my winner with a NAV and a yield, just reallocations, I would call it. So let's take a look at the trades. So here are the trades. I'll overlay those and then go back. So anytime you have shares sold, you got to go dig into money. You got to generate money. So in this case, it close out positions. So they actually cost them when you're closing out, when you got this $10 gap, $12 gap between where you're writing your synthetic and where you are, when you put the trade on, we get a lot of cash. I mean, for us to go put a new contract on in our synthetic, we're going to collect a bunch of money, and we have been. So they have money to pay out, and we'll get a good payout this month. Um, so they were able to you know, sell that call for hardly anything, 7 cents. But honestly, they've been buying some for a penny. We're down enough to where, they got 7 cents. But when they buy back to close the put, they got to spend 13.74. And on some of them, they were collecting 14 or so. So it's not as bad as it looks, and then they closed out together like 25,000 worth, right? These two contracts. So 24,565 for a nickel and 3 cents, right? So nice, right? Because we moved down, we can close them out early for practically nothing. And they wrote that quantity, close to that quantity, not quite, 23,855 at a quarter. So that is what transpired, and that's what you see here, right? You see the 23,855. This trade had already been done on 724 at 40 cents. So that's going to be collecting money, right? That's positive. These are now closed out. So before I do the next update, I'll wipe out the orange and they'll just be white because they're finished, but I like to accentuate them, right? So altogether, we gained 346 out of 387. And out of this guy, we collected 381 out of 437. So when you do a lot of contracts, a nickel matters. I mean, it matters in the sense 56,000, right? We'd like that as a payout per share. So it's not a small number, but it's small relative, but it's not that small relative. It is when you collected 450 and you spend a nickel. But when you when you only collected 29 cents. So I'm not saying they should have hung on to them. That's not what I'm implying. It's just this was pretty far underneath at 22.57, and it's just that flex system that they can't always get the penny or let it expire worthless. But the trade-off is they never get assigned, and that's what they have to have in order to create this synthetic long position and call it a single stock ETF. Okay, so I got you guys up to speed on that. Let's go look at the weeklies. So I did not change this. This should be 23. It's an oversight, right? Let me clear this. And then that's what this looks like now. So I would make these orange to fit everything being next week. Oh, whoops. I want to actually copy it, not just copy the format. Okay. So there we go. Now we have everything at, I could have put them all together. Whoops. No, I think one of them is not. Let's go look at holdings. 2450 and 24. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even up, even though I updated the totals over here. My bad on that, guys. Uh, this guy is now 23,855, and it's written at a 24 for 25 cents. So let's go get that. And this guy doesn't exist anymore. And this one's already been written at 24.5, correct now. And that's the right amount of money, but let me update it. Sorry, guys, when you do so many, you go through the process and sometimes you got it dialed in and sometimes you miss a screen or something. Okay, so we've collected 25% on this guy that's been out there a couple of days. How we doing on the new one? On the new one, it has a value of 24.99. So I think that's just a hair underneath what we wrote it for. Yeah, look at this, 596, 136. So I don't, it should be roughly the same price. I'll fix this as well. I won't waste your time now. Okay, so you guys got it with that. Um, and our money should be these two together. So let's go here and do the same over here. So we'll have a little bit of profit, right, at this point. Oh, I see what it's doing. That's why. Yep. So we've captured like 0.04% and then 25%. Okay. But altogether, 2.83 when you add the two together. And this should be black like the other one. It's no longer a separate month. Okay, guys. Um, let's get into the stuff that matters. So 1646. Whoops, did I fix this up here? 3625. All right, guys, I missed a couple of things here. And this one is 5948 5163. Okay. 1641 is 1646. And we're at 1626. Okay. 59485. Okay. That's what it's showing. So we're not worth what we should be worth. Okay. this is done correctly. 25,735, 1287. Yeah. So we're at 33 million on this guy. I know I updated that. So this is what's happening, right? So when you're dropping with Bitcoin, well, guess what? You know, on Coney and Misty, guys, where we are. I closed my live trading, but I can get that price for you. Live BTC. It was trending up to 67. So I imagine it's still up there. Yeah, 62, 67 to 1180 as I do this, okay? 2 hours and 15 minutes before the market's going to open. All right, so that's a substantial 3 something percent. So I imagine Ybit in the pre-market is also up. Again, I need to I shut down a bunch of things because my computer had so many consecutive videos and so forth. Just too many things open. That's why um, my live account's not open. Otherwise, I'd tell you what Ybit is trading at um, in the pre-market. But it should be up. Everything Bitcoin is up some. So let's go look at payouts and see what we got. Well, we're not doing too bad. We're up. Okay. Even though the synthetic got dropped a little bit, we made money over here. We're dragging this down. So we're up to 231. Um, but we do have a 33 million loss. But that's not going to affect us. Okay, and that's actually up. So let me get rid of that last part. Okay. So with 231, they have the money the way they've been writing these. So again, the yield's going to come down to paying us 80% of whatever value we end up being, right? So at 1626, I got $1.12. It's probably more like $1.10. My guess is they hang right around that 81%. So if we start to move up, that's positive. We can move up our price, move up our payment because obviously the money is there. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. Um, that's it for my videos, unless I do something later as a special. I got some more things in mind, but nothing right at the moment. Okay, have a great trading day going into your weekend, whatever you've got on Friday. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's fun and entertainment. Okay, guys, see ya. Bye.